Good morning, good morning. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning, y'all. Ooh, Facebook Live is not loyal today. I have been sitting here for 5 minutes and it's telling me that the connection is really weak. And mind you, I'm sitting next to all the sources. Like I'm sitting about 2, 3 feet from where my source is coming from as far as the connection and everything. It's like, this is crazy. But I think it has a lot to do. Good morning, Yoshi. It has a lot to do with the weather here. It is storming here in Sacramento, California. And so, yeah. So good morning, everyone. All my Facebook family who are making it in. I hope it's not too blurry for you. And for all my Periscope family, thank you guys so much for joining. I am Darissa. I am the founder and CEO of God's Chosen Vessels. And thank you for sharing the love. And thank you for, good morning, sis. And thank you for all the hearts. And thank you for sharing the broadcast to all my replay of visitors and all of my live visitors. I thank you, thank you, thank you. And I say good morning to you. Good morning, Tiffany. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So I made it. Like I said, it's always so funny the last 2 or 3 minutes before I actually press. And I'm always determined to press that broadcast button at exactly 7 o'clock. So when we start getting to 7:01, I feel some kind of way, especially when I'm sitting here ready to go. And it's like, come on, connection. So thank you, Lord, for making it away, making it work. And so everything looks fine. And so we're going to have our word of the day. And today, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling energetic, even though I've only gotten about 3 hours sleep. So I'm not knowing what that's all about. Yesterday, I was kind of sluggish. I don't know if it's the rain or I don't know what it is. But anyway, so what we're going to do, a quick reminder for those who've never experienced the word of the day. This is just a short exercise that we do. I'm trying to teach you to change your perception and not look at things, the potential negative things negatively the first time you experience something or something raises its ugly little head. And so what this exercise does, sometimes I'll pull a word from this little glass here that will maybe be a word that seems to be impossible to find something positive about. Like, for instance, a couple of days ago, we pulled the word war. And it's like, okay, what in the world can be positive about war? And so we spoke on that whole thing. So this is not to take the place of your devotional by any means necessary. You're supposed to, continue your prayer life and your devotional in the morning. But this is just an exercise to get your mind right. Yes, change your perception because it affects everything you do. It affects your life. There was a saying, I remember when I was working at the DA's office, there was a poster that said, your attitude determines your altitude. And so, it's kind of like that thing. I have learned in my life with all the things that I could have labeled unfair and unjust. If I look at it a little differently, if I look at it and say, Lord, okay, what am I supposed to learn from that? Because you allowed it, so it can't be all bad. He allowed that thing. So if you allowed it, what is it that I'm supposed to subtract from that? You know what I'm saying? And what is it that you're trying to strengthen me? What area are you trying to strengthen me in? So that's what this exercise is all about. So we pull a word and our immediate thought is to change whatever. If something negative comes to mind first, our immediate thought is to go ahead and try to find something positive out of it. And this is to train your brain, train your way of thinking. And so I like to journal. I've been journaling since grade school, pretty much. And so I have like 30 something journals. And that's that I can count because I know there's probably more hidden somewhere. But if you're not a journaler, what I suggest, if you don't journal, to like maybe just send yourself a text. I do that a lot too. I send myself a text. And so I have this running thread of thoughts that I'll have during the day. A lot of them I might use for my book writing or things like that. But that's one way if you don't have time now. I love to look at debt from a new perspective. Yeah. It really is, and I think maybe to look at it as a teaching tool, because there's a reason why there is the debt. You know what I'm saying? So okay, Lord, you've allowed me to allow myself to get in the situation. So what? Send me someone. Maybe time to meditate on. Lord, send me someone who can show me how to eliminate this. Because I've had times in my life where there are situations like that, situations where I just simply owed something that I'm like, okay, I'm not done paying that. Shouldn't I be done by now? And it's like, okay, Lord, show me what I need to do, as opposed to sitting in it and look at it being fearful of the debt collector calling, or the bill that comes in the mail. The minute you see that creditor, it just sits on the counter because you know what it's about, kind of thing. Okay, instead of me dreading that thing, instead of me looking at that thing like, okay, being fearful of it, okay, our God is not a God of fear. So let's deal with it. Let's deal with the issue. Okay, God, I need some help. I need some help, but I need a different way of looking at this. Something. I can't tell you how many times I've said that prayer, and something as simple as swiping on Periscope or on Facebook, speaking, and I will say our sister coach is one of those answers to a prayer. Because, I'm like, okay, I need to look at this thing different. I need to look at money differently. And I know for me, that's always been an issue. And I have to say, I would say in the last couple of years, I've had to work on my perception and not be fearful of it. So Lord, what will you have me to do with this situation? Because he doesn't want us to be lacking. He doesn't want us to be in debt. He doesn't want us to be fearful of those things. Okay, it exists, it's there. Now, how do I deal with it? And how do I deal with it without the fear? I don't want to be fearful of it. And it's not in whatever the situation is, sis, it's not there to take you out. It's not there to take you out. And that's the cold fact right there. It's not there to take you out. So stand in prayer with you for a solution, and a quick solution. Okay. So anyway, I digress. We went on to debt because I understand that feeling. I totally understand that feeling. I'm with you on that. So I stand in agreement with you to eliminate that expeditiously. You're welcome. Okay, we're gonna pick our word for the day, and let's see what we do here. Rumble, 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 rumble. I wrote this twice. Okay, choice. That's a good word, choice. I don't know why I wrote that. Oh, I think because I like the writing better on that one. Yes, I'll show you that one. Okay, choice. So, okay, so that goes back. I can kind of expound, as my grandma used to say, that she loved that word, expound. I can expound on what we were just talking about. Okay, choice. God gives us choice. We're the only creation that he gave free will. We're the only creation that he gave free will. And so everything is a choice. Some people say, well, such and such happened to me. I don't have a choice. No, you do have a choice. You might not have been able to control what the other person did or a situation that has come your way. You minding your own business and bloop, bloop, bloop happens. Okay. So yeah, you probably didn't have control on that, but the way you respond to that thing, that is your choice. That is your choice. Somebody do you wrong. You have a choice. Yeah, that carnal man is going to well up immediately. Either you're going to get upset or you're going to cry or, whatever the situation is and how it affects you. That we're human. We have immediate reaction, but you have a choice as to how you carry out that thing. Right, Tiffany. You have a choice. And is it always easy? No, it's really not. Just like that fear thing. Fear and anxiety are human. They're human feelings, and it's real. I mean, it's real. So what do you do about those things? If you can walk around in that thing, and it's another old word, you can wallow in it, or you can pick yourself up. You can say, yes, this is difficult. How people treat us has everything to do with them. You got that right. How we respond to them is all about us. Amen. Tiffany, that is so on point. That is so on point. It's really the truth. You have a choice to walk away, restrict that distance. I've had to do that, say, for instance, with a relative. I mean, it just, when the truth finally hits me, Mama Maya, and I call her like she my godmama, Mama Maya Angelou used to say, when people show you who they are, tell you who they are, believe them. Or, so it took a while to learn that, but it's the truth. Who knows better than them? And so you can choose to keep going back to that situation and putting yourself in a situation where you're going to be hurt, okay, or whatever. Or you can say, you know what, let me reevaluate this situation. Let me make the choice to love you from a distance. I'm not going to hate you. I don't wish you no harm. But boo, I got to put you over there. Because you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? So it's a choice. He has granted us choices and things that we can do. We choose to forgive. We could choose to forgive. I don't care what that person has done to us. It's difficult. Yeah, it probably hurts. But you still have the choice. Them hurting you does not take away the choice you have to still love them. Now you can determine how you love them and from what distance you love them, but you still have the choice. And so choice is a beautiful thing. I think that's one of the precious gifts that God has granted us, the choice and to be able to reason, you know. No other creature has that ability. So when you think about the preciousness of that and what Father God decided, this is what I'm going to do with mine. These are my kids. This is what I'm going to do from the beginning of the time, from Adam and Eve. They had a choice from the gate. They had a choice to be right, to be wrong. It's dominion over everything. One thing I want you to do. That's your job. You know, and he blew that. So, but he had a choice. And so here we are today. We still have a choice in everything we do. We have a choice when we get up in the morning, dread, go into that job. Yeah, you're tired. Yeah, you don't feel like fighting that traffic. But you have a choice to look at it that way. Or you can look at it as, well, Lord, I'm a little tired, but help me get a nap later on. Or re-energize me. Just re-energize, because I know you can do it. You know, as my brother Darwin said, I know you can do it. Darwin says all the time. This is true. He can do it. So let me go ahead and put that in your hand. Meanwhile, please get in the car and go to this wonderful job. I'm going to call it wonderful because you have allowed me to have one. Where so many people walking around here struggling and don't know how to get a job, don't know how to get a job, don't know where a job is. they po babies. So I'm just saying. So it's all about your choice. It's all about your choice. I remember when we were little. Sometimes mom would make dinner, and you know, and it's that thing when you go and it's like, it looks good, but like, didn't we have that? Or, you know, that's good, mom, but can we have? It's Mama used to always say, it may not be what you want, but you got something. So I had to make a decision even as a kid. You know, how am I gonna look at this thing? I'm gonna sit here and act a fool. And don't get nothing, because mom will make you go to bed. Okay, you don't want? Okay, you're going to get some meal cramps. How about that? Because this is what we have in today. So, you know, I could have made the choice to sit there and act a nut. Or I could say, thank you, God, for this wonderful food that I'm about to receive. Let it nourish my body. You know that prayer. So, you know, this choices are always being made, when you're young, wherever you are in life. This is something that we always have the ability to do. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And every day it starts from the minute you open up your eyes. You determine what kind of day you're going to have. Am I going to be walking around grateful, or am I going to walk around miserable? It's a choice. It's a choice. I don't care what's going on around you. It's still a choice. So, you know, when you find yourself having these feelings of despair or fear or anxiety, first of all, remember that is not of our God. That is not of him. That's not him. So you need to get connected to him. You need to silence yourself for just a second and say, okay, I'm feeling some kind of way, Father. I need you to work with me here. I'm feeling some kind of way. I'm making a choice to walk through this day with you, because I know you're with me. I'm going to acknowledge that you're with me. See, there's a difference. Oh, your God will never leave me. He'll never forsake me. Yeah. Okay. There's one thing to say that, but it's another thing to acknowledge the fact that he's with you. Okay. So you make the choice to acknowledge that. It's something about realizing and being in the presence of knowing that he is right there with you. It makes things so much better. And it's hard to have a negative attitude about things, because it's like, okay, why am I fearful? Why am I threatened? He's standing right here. He got this. Okay, so I can do this. I can make the choice to see it through his eyes, that it's all good. You know, it might not feel comfortable right now, but it's going to work out for my good. And so that is, like I said, again, it's choice. And so anyway, I love this word. This was a good word today. This was a very good word today. Our word is choice. Choice. Thank you, Facebook family. And thank you, Periscope family. I love y'all to pieces. I hope you have a very blessed day. Remember to embrace your life, embrace your purpose, cherish your time, and also remember God gave you another chance to get it right today. So don't blow it. Take advantage of it. Do the best you can. Ask for guidance. Ask for wisdom. Okay? And he'll do that thing. Yeah. Make a choice today. Make a choice. Okay. All right. Y'all be good. Y'all be blessed. good choices.